Welcome to the powerful new visualization you are creating to relax your mind and body. Dive deep into each of your 5 senses to build strong, positive emotions. Feel your mind and body in this adventure as you speak the words along with me. Create in your mind whatever feels right and safe for you. Be playful. Now, take a slow, deep breath in and out. Close your eyes and transport yourself into your own magical world. I'm 11 years old. And I couldn't be more excited for the adventure that I'm about to embark on. This past summer, I was sitting in my ordinary bed, in my ordinary room, reading an ordinary book, when I heard a rapping on my window. I turned around and I saw a big snowy owl outside holding a letter in its black beak. I gasped and smiled, then did what any child with wonder in their heart would do. I clapped my hands and opened my window. The owl came swooping in and dropped the letter right in front of me. Then it landed on one of my wooden bedposts. I pet its fluffy feathers, feeling the softness and warmth. Then we looked at one another. I smiled, and it flew off, leaving some of its feathers behind. I picked up the crisp feeling tan-colored letter with a big red circular seal on the back and turned it around. In green lettering was my name, address, and the words, "On the bed in the middle of the room." That's curious. The red seal on the back was smooth on the outside and bumpy in the middle. I slid my finger under it and felt the seal pop up, revealing a letter that started with, "We are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted into the prestigious..." It was a school. I continued reading, learning that I had been invited to attend the school of witchcraft and wizardry in my country, and that I would need to obtain the school supplies listed and take the express train there. I dove right into it all. I had no reason to question this, even though it wasn't until that moment that I learned this world existed. Somehow I just knew. That morning, I traveled to where I was instructed to go, and I bought my supplies. Quills, textbooks, a trunk, and more in the magical shops. In one very special shop, my wand chose me. It was a beautiful wand, just my style, and I knew that we would be the perfect pair forever. I met some fellow students, some nervous, some bright-eyed, others with as many questions as me. Some seasoned witches and wizards greeted me, matching my excitement. Some told stories, reminiscing of the day they first attended the school. Some had advice. I took it all in. Everyone was so supportive. As the afternoon died down, I was able to find a cozy cottage to stay in with some of the other students before we started our journey the next day. Waking up bright and early, with a newfound pep in my step that I had never experienced before, I loaded up my trunk and headed for the train station. When I arrived with the other students at the station, we all listened intently to the loudspeaker announcing each train. As soon as ours was called, the other students and I raced onto the express to the school. The ride was magnificent. So many sparkling colors, candies, and excitement filled each train car. Just the ride there was magical already. As the train slowed, we got off and all hopped into some river boats to take us the rest of the way. As they glided effortlessly on the still, tranquil water, I looked around. There was a big castle in front of us, and all of us were silent, staring. It was breathtaking. After docking, we stepped onto a stone platform and made our way up to the castle. In a not-so-organized fashion, together we walked through giant solid wood doors and down corridors to a room with a ceiling that reached heights farther than I ever imagined a ceiling could. And this is where I am now. I find myself standing in the grand hall. As I look around, I admire the architecture, the brilliant white glowing candles floating below the ceiling, staff sitting at the far end, and the other students sitting at their long tables with their respective houses. So many colors. Green, gold, yellow, blue, red, all intertwined with the black of everyone's robes. So much to be thrilled about. I'm waiting with the other first years to be sorted. I probably should be nervous, as I can tell many of them are, but I'm feeling confident today. I think it's because I know I will fit into whatever house the hat that is sorting us puts me in. And I'm feeling thankful to be a part of this world. At first I hear chatter, and then, as the headmaster stands, the hall falls silent. I listen to their short welcoming speech. Then one of the professors brings out the hat. I look at it. It's old, brown, raggedy, and I can feel the magic of it. It's flowing. It feels like a light, calm, cool mist. I feel it calling to me, like it's flowing through my head and my fingertips into the rest of my body and out. The hat starts singing. It's singing about the founders of the school and the qualities each one had. And then the ceremony begins. All of us are in a bit of a gaggle, staring at the singular wooden stool in the middle of the room, the professor and the hat, as we listen for the new students' names. With each name called and each house selected, I feel more and more alive. Then the hat calls out my last name, then my first. A broad smile forms on my face, and I walk forward, self-assured, sitting tall on the stool. It's very sturdy, just like my body. I feel the rim of the hat sit a bit heavy on my head. It's almost like a big hug, like the feeling of a heavy blanket wrapped around you. I hear its voice above my head, considering, pondering, and I'm wondering. And then it shouts the name of my house, its selection for me, the place that is perfect. This house I instantly already know I love, and I am proud to be a part of it. The students at my new table clap, whoop, whistle, and cheer loudly. I see their bright smiling faces, their colored scarves, and some of them standing, beckoning me over. The welcoming sound of my new friends' voices flows through my ears and sends a sense of comfort, of belonging through my entire body. I think to myself, this is only the beginning of my adventure in this wonderful, magical castle. I can't wait to learn, socialize, and perfect my craft. As I sit down, I feel a few hands on my shoulders, squeezing gently. Some pat me on my back. They're all friendly gestures. Now that I'm close up, I can see each person's individual countenance. Lots of different hairstyles, colors. I think of myself for a moment, my individuality. I belong here. Every part of me, from my head down to the tips of my toes, relaxes in the chair. I feel my steady breathing. I made it, and it feels wonderful.